Almost as quickly as it came, Steam has pulled the paid mod features it released late last week from Skyrim. But let's take a step back and look at what happened since our last update on today's Daily Glitch. After the internet was set ablaze by PC gaming fans threatening to boycott Valve and their precious Steam libraries, Bethesda, Skyrim's developer and part of the alleged villainous duo, stepped out to support the pay-for-mod system. Bethesda cited their desire to reward the modding community for their efforts and allow those content creators to do so full-time by producing marketable content. However, the percentage cuts didn't necessarily reflect their all-for-the-community logic. A Skyrim mod sale went like this. After the buyer names their price, Valve took 30% of the revenue. Then, Bethesda took their lion's share of 45%, leaving the modder with the remaining 25% of the revenue. But this sort of intellectual property profit sharing isn't without its complications. Take Chesko's fishing mod for Skyrim. Chesko's mod was one of the first batch of mods released through the program, which was developed by Chesko while under a non-disclosure agreement from Valve. However, his mod used content from another mod. Chesko, to his credit, reached out to Valve during the process and was told that any content that was available for download for free was fair game. This is totally normal and fine for free mods to do. Plenty of mods rely on content from other mods to succeed, and most do so with great effect. But bring money into the fold and you have more issues. 4, the creator of the content Chesko's mod relied on, confirmed that Chesko had not reached out and did not have permission to use the content he was now being paid for. And Chesko and Valve pulled the mod from the store less than 24 hours after the program started. Hoping to do some damage control on the situation, Gabe Newell himself descended from his alleged pile of modding blood money and took to Reddit to do an impromptu Ask Me Anything on the controversy. In response to the common "Valve is the new ISIS" shouting, Mr. Newell had this insight. Let's assume for a second that we are stupidly greedy. So far, the paid mods have generated $10,000 in total. That's like 1% of the cost of the incremental email the program has generated for Valve employees. Yes, I mean pissing off the internet costs you $1 million in just a couple of days. That's not stupidly greedy. That's stupidly stupid. $10,000 in revenue over 1 weekend of hate-filled propaganda and boycotting. Or, remembering our pie chart from earlier, that's only $2,500 in revenue going to the mod creators, or at least whoever listed them, which is barely a dent in the cost of the email servers being bombarded by fans. Thankfully, light shone upon PC gamers as Valve announced yesterday on their blog that they would be disabling the service and that refunds would be offered to those who did make any purchases over the weekend. Though this reporter doesn't think we've seen the last of paid mods from Steam. Given their business model focusing on innovating new revenue streams, I'm willing to bet that the next big modding game will start with paid mods from the get-go, rather than shoehorning the service into a well-established and years-old community that is Skyrim. That's it for today. You can hear more of our thoughts on paid mods this week on the GlitchFeed podcast, but let us know what you think about Valve's quick change of face in the comments below. And as always, you can follow us on Twitter @GlitchFeed and check out the weekly GlitchFeed podcast on iTunes and right here on YouTube.